Hey everyone. So, not all rich people are created equally. The bad rich are those that have an army stalking the halls of Congress, making sure that legislation hampers their smaller competitors, which will allow their company to still take in huge revenues and control a large share of the market, all the while being less competitive and less beholden to you and me. The bad rich are the politically well-connected that sit by the faucet of inflation that the Federal Reserve and fractional banking constantly has on full blast. These bad rich people get to use freshly created fiat currency before it's gone through circulation and lost its value. The average citizen doesn't have this privilege because of our lack of political connections. The bad rich are those that receive bailouts and get to remain at the top of society despite a suffocating free market trying desperately to show us their true value, which is nil. Attacking the rich as a whole and not addressing our oversized government is much like a typical politician arguing for an escalation in the war on drugs. They want to get rid of a drug lord, and they may even succeed, but they're blind to the fact that there will always be another person in line to take the reins and reap a giant profit from the ridiculous political power structures that Washington, D.C. has created. If you want to strike a blow to the people who deserve it, you need to dismantle the federal government and the Federal Reserve's ability to dole out gigantic favors to the friends of Washington, D.C. Simply screaming about taxing rich people more is a lazy way into thinking you're doing something when in reality you haven't even come close to addressing the crux of the real problem, which would be too much government power. The good rich I refer to in the title of this video would be business owners that took great deals of risk to build a company that offers goods and services to society at large, thus raising the tide of all boats. The good rich are those who figure out ingenious ways to distribute products across an entire continent for an affordable price, so the average person can increase their perceived value in their own life. In general, the good rich can only keep existing if they take on huge risks that return wealth to them if society at large accepts what they're offering. The bad rich are parasites that cannot survive if they're not being sustained by a government doing them favors. Alright, that's it. Thank you, and so long.